Just your love. I was born to love.
It's time for the best podcast around. Grab a cold one, sit back, and enjoy the show. This is Corner Pub Sports.
How you doing? This is Leonard Weaver, and you're listening to Corner Pub Sports, baby.
Corner Pub Sports.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Fuck me, my yeah.
Yo, what is going on, everybody?
What's up?
Our first show of 2024 coming at you here live on Facebook Live, YouTube, X, and Instagram. We are actually live for the first time on Instagram, and of course, if you're downloading the show on all those places,
Especially Satchel.
iTunes, Spotify, and Satchel, and all those other places. Tune in, you name it, we're on it probably.
Jay's favorite now, Satchel.
Satchel.
What was
Hi,
his
Satchel.
favorite?
How about
It's his
that
nickname.
opening song? I came out of my mama's pussy with my dick in my hand.
Yeah, it's, it sounds. It's a little much. A little much.
That's Corner Pub Sports Classic right there.
Yeah.
So I'm Sean. That's
Gary.
and Mike. Mike is laid up a little bit here.
Yeah. But
Mike's doing virtual tonight.
I'm doing virtual. I'm taking one for the team and making sure that I'm contributing even during recovery.
We appreciate you tuning in there, Mike.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to be here. It's a good outlet for me. Going a little stir crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude. Does it? I know you're not in the room with us, dude, but like I'm sure it's helping.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though you're on narcotics instead of alcohol, so
Yeah, and even that's light at this moment in time.
yeah. Besides you, Mike, what you drinking, Gary?
Old reliable Yingling.
Are you drinking? Oh, I thought you were drinking this thing. So
I already drank that.
we had this earlier. We had Lawson's Finest Liquids, Nitro.
Austin's is good, man.
Yeah, Irish style dry stout, and then what was the other one you had?
Hop hazy or something.
Hazy all day or something. It was called.
Yeah. There's still more in there.
The
Is that
purple
that
can.
Lawson's too?
Yeah, Lawson.
Okay.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one to get down, Mike.
Even
Yeah.
even that one.
I like that.
Yeah, it just has a.
And I'm not a dark beer guy.
It's
so
like
I like
it's
that.
like a Guinness with an extra kick
Yes.
at the end.
Okay.
It's not bad though. It's not bad. Polsky said, "Hope you're feeling better, Mike." Dave Peterson jumping in here. Dave Peterson said, "Good evening, gentlemen. Let's go Eagles." Hey, Mike. Hope you're feeling better.
Thank you. guys.
Yeah, Lawson. Polsky. It's Lawson's Liquids. It's called Lawson's Finest Liquids is the brewery. So, but
Who gives a fuck?
who gives whatever it's called.
Well, I mean,
Whatever,
look, we can't
Whatever the fuck.
we can't say what are we drinking, and then all of a sudden, as we're like trying to explain it to who gives a fuck. I mean,
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Speaking of whatever the fuck, we're gonna have a conversation tonight. The Sopranos turns 25 since the first episode aired. So we're gonna have a little conversation about that. We're gonna talk some Flyers tonight. They made a surprising move this week.
yeah, how about that?
Yeah, while you were drunk.
And we're going to mention our favorite Sopranos episode or
Yeah,
scene.
yeah, absolutely. But obviously, we are going to start with the big story of the week. The Philadelphia Eagles are heading to the playoffs. Yeah, and it's
Or, cactuses on the way in, but somehow are there.
yeah. I mean, it's a good thing they had a great start, right? It's a good thing they went 10-1 to start off the season because otherwise,
Yeah,
this team would have been. I mean, I don't know. Would they've made it?
they probably still had a 2-game gap to make the playoffs.
Yeah, but still, I mean, there's quite a few games in there they probably shouldn't have won. They did. You know what? It is what it is. They're in, and they're taking on Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay. You know, you went from a 1 seed of possibly having a bye to then being able to just host a game if you win your division to now going to Tampa Bay
Yeah.
on the road. What was the stat we saw, Garrett? The Eagles have never made it to the Super Bowl if they've had to play a road game in the playoffs.
Correct.
So, but on top of that,
Well,
it's
yeah.
already
I
gonna
mean,
going to be a challenge based on the recent play.
they've only made the Super Bowl 3 times, right?
4, right? 80, 2004, 17, and last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
Yep,
but every
they were
time
they were the 1 seed, all 3 other
every time.
And
every
1-1.
conference. Yeah.
This is the first time that what was it that they were 10-1, I think, or 8-1 or whatever the case was. Like when they were 8-1, they didn't end up as a 1 seed,
Right.
and they're only the second team to ever go 10-1 and not
Who was the other team?
Not get
the
like
Jets.
a 12
85 Jets, I think,
85 Jets. Yep.
are the only other team to go 10-1 and not win a division.
Yeah. It's wild.
It's and that's
And that was a good Jets football team.
and that's probably even more difficult because there was less games then.
And the NFL was different. You didn't get pussy calls. You know what I mean?
Oh, you got that right.
You didn't get the calls.
Yeah, how is that, man? Hey, Dave Langle's saying hi. We haven't seen you in a while, Dave. Welcome back, brother. We love you guys chiming in live, man. It really makes the show kind of flow. You guys help out with keeping the conversations going, and you add a ton of stuff to the conversation. So I encourage anyone. You know, we appreciate everybody who downloads the show a ton. But obviously, if you have a chance on a Friday night to just hang out with us, please do, because it's so much fun to have you guys engaged on the show live while we're on. So.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so let's get at it, man. Eagles, Buccaneers. This has been a really difficult stretch. The last 2 months have been treacherous.
Yeah.
Since December, it's been horrible. They've won 1 game against the Giants, and then they got blown out by the Giants last week.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how much stock to take out of that Giants game. They did have their starters playing for a little bit, but their head didn't seem like they were in that game to begin with. I mean, which is saying a lot because their head hasn't been in a lot of games.
Right.
You know, Sunday's game would be excusable had you not seen what happened in the weeks prior.
Mm-hmm.
Like that game, you would easily be able to chalk that game up as like, well, it didn't mean a whole lot. They probably weren't going to win the division. They were probably already in the spot that they were at. You know, they just didn't feel up to playing that game.
Mm-hmm.
Until your stars end up hurt.
Well, yeah. But the thing is that like with how badly they've played, they needed that as a prove-it game.
Mm-hmm.
They needed that as a bounce back game to kind of go in with some momentum going into the playoffs under the circumstances, and they certainly didn't get that.
All right. No, I think that's more than a fair point because you play a little bit better. You're winning a couple more games. You're not in that position. You're probably division's locked up. You probably aren't getting a 1 seed. But if you win another game or two, right, during that stretch, if you beat Arizona, you beat Seattle, whatever. You're feeling a lot better about this.
This team is not as bad as what they're putting on the field. Like I just don't understand.
They're not, but maybe
there's a lot of talent on this team.
Maybe they are. We all said that, but think about the season, and they were 10-1, and we were questioning it on the show, and we were like, "What are we doing? Why are we questioning a 10-1 team?" But we're like, because there's issues here that we can see. They were winning some of those games by the skin of their teeth, and they didn't put a complete game together. The Miami, right? It's like Miami, Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay game in week 3, they actually played a really good game. Minnesota, they played a really good game.
Yeah.
So they've had a few here and
they
there.
lose to the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. But then, a come from behind win against Kansas City, come from behind win against Buffalo. even though they weren't complete games, those were gritty, tough games in the
Right.
gauntlet of your schedule. Dallas was another one that was a tough win. So you had those wins where it gave you confidence going, all right, it's not pretty, but who wants pretty right now? You just want to rack up wins and get into the playoffs. Well, now, you had that, and then you just fall off the face of the earth, like a historical collapse that we haven't seen in this town since 1994.
Right.
Honestly, Rich Kotite,
Like that girl
Went
that
seven
said, "What the hell are you doing?"
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
she summed up the entire
Yep.
fucking season.
Rich Kotite's team in 1994 was 7-2,
Richie uptight.
and they lost the rest of the games, and they missed the fucking playoffs. Like that.
Yep.
That was
Was that Rodney Pete?
94 was.
Was that Rodney Pete?
You have to show Dave's.
I think it was. What was that?
You have to show Dave's post.
Oh, this one right here. I see another McNabb Owens unfolding with Hurts and Brown.
I don't.
I don't
that.
see that happening because Hertz is the godfather of Brown's one child. They're very close friends.
Mm.
Yeah.
AJ Brown's just an emotional wide receiver, like most of them are. But do I
AJ
think
Brown. Let's call it what it is. AJ Brown's a diva.
yes, most wide receivers are.
Yes.
But
Most stars are, yeah.
But that relationship between him and Hertz, I don't think that's fractured. I
Yes.
think the relationship between AJ Brown and the offensive coordinator, I think that's fractured because he
Yeah.
doesn't believe in the play calling.
Right. And I think that the Eagles are going to address that.
Yeah.
But
I guess
we'll talk about that after the playoffs are over.
I guess before
we're talking about that next week.
Could be.
Yeah, well, I guess before we get into the game itself, we should and just to go with what Gary said,
It's true.
it might be true, Mr. Dave. It might be true. I guess before we get into the game and what we think, we should probably address the elephant in the room with all the drama surrounding this week's game and basically season. I've avoided as much as I can, but we have to talk about it.
Okay.
The Nick Sirianni stuff. People are calling
For his head.
right now, and I get it. Like, you lost 5 out of 6. But I'll withhold. I wish Ryan was here tonight. Ryan might make it later on the show. We'll see. Because I think I would have liked to hear his points too. But next week, I guess I'll probably hear his points. But I just want to hear what you guys think about the situation, I guess.
But what are the reasons and the reasons that some of the people in social media are asking for him to be fired? Why?
Because they feel like that he's lost the team. They feel like because his play call, look, some people have out points. Other people don't know what they're talking about. Like his play call. Well, it's not his play call. He's not the one calling the plays. So you got to take that out the window right now. And I think that has a big factor into what their decision is going to be, personally. But, people are like, he's not a leader. He's lost the locker room. I don't buy that. I don't buy that either. I don't think he's lost the locker room. I just think these guys haven't been used to losing under Sirianni because they haven't.
Right. And they didn't know how to handle it, and they folded after handling it. I don't think that that's necessarily a reflection of him as a leader, as a motivator, or as a coach. I don't think that what happens this year is going to have any reflection on what happens next year.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can take it year by year. I could see Sirianni bouncing back. So for me, it's emphatic. I don't care what happens this week.
But how do you?
Back.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, and I'm not trying to throw jabs, but how do you see him bouncing back? Like the end game adjustments were not made.
You get yourself okay. So you get yourself a better offensive coordinator, one with a little bit more experience, somebody that could question some of the things that he does.
Mm-hmm.
That can that he can lean on a little bit more, that he has to respect a little bit more and listen to a little bit more. And that helps. That's a better play caller. and maybe takes a little bit of responsibility on some of those things off of him, and allows him to start focus on some of the other pieces and that relationship building and kind of the motivation and everything else and getting this team to believe again. I don't see how next year they can't get all of that back, and it can't be like, I don't think you, I think it's hard to, I think it's one season does not carry over to the next when it comes to losing the locker room, unless it's an extreme circumstance. Somebody like Rich Kotite, who's a complete idiot.
Mhm.
You know, if a coach is half decent, you know, they have the chance to bounce back.
Okay, Mike. So my next question is: last year when they went all the way to the Super Bowl, was it his coordinators carrying him? Yeah, it was.
It was
Because that's
probably
obvious what's happening now.
well, I think that it played a big role. I mean, he went 10-1 without the coordinators.
Joe wants to know, how come you guys didn't hold an ovation at the NovaCare for free coffee? I don't understand what Phil said. Phil, I don't know what this means. He lost the buffer to the locker room. Who's the buffer to the locker room? I'm not quite. You might have to explain that one. I'm not quite
Maybe
sure.
he thinks that Steichen or
I don't know what that one means. I'd just be curious to see what he says. Go ahead, Gary.
I mean, you're a quarterback. Like you won 11 games, but your quarterback, even as well as he's played this year, he's struggled.
You said the coordinator.
He's regressed.
Quarterback, I'm talking about.
No. Phil said the coordinators were his buffer to the locker.
I mean, yeah, right, Mike. He's regressed, and I mean, is that the big contract that he signed, or is that not his? Is that his head coach not giving him support?
I mean, I think that, you know, the fact that the guy that leaned on the most as his quarterback coach took on a lot more responsibility and did the play calling and whatnot. I mean, to me, it seems obvious that the coordinator's in over his head.
Mm-hmm.
So right. So as a head coach, don't you step in?
What's he going to step in with? He tried to play call. You can't step in. We've seen what a disaster it was when they tried to change the play calling on the defensive end. It made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like the only other option he has is to fire an offensive coordinator mid-year, and then not have an offensive coordinator, and then take over play calling himself. When he did that the last time, it didn't work, and that's why he gave it over to Steichen to begin with. I don't think that they had a plan B. I think that this is a little bit short-sighted on their end in who they brought in as the coordinators, as these new age, like-minded. I think that they need somebody that's with a young head coach. I'd like to see them bring in somebody with experience that maybe has head coaching experience, kind of similar to how Doug Peterson had Schwartz on the defensive end.
This was something this bothered me too. Joe said, I still can't get over no reaction to the offside shot to Hurts' head during the Giants game when the player left over the line. There was no reaction at all.
Yeah.
There's something lacking. And then Phil said the fact that he lost two other guys who kept his head straight and filtered out all the other crap. So you think I'm not picking on Phil here, but like, you think Jonathan Gannon was someone who kept Sirianni's head straight? Jonathan Gannon is that dude's a clown. He's talk about a puppet.
Oh gosh,
there's something wrong with that dude. Like, I don't see him keeping Sirianni's head straight.
That was Shane Steichen.
I can see Shane Steichen kind of doing that, but not Gannon. I was upset when they lost Steichen. I thought losing him was a big deal. I thought Gannon, like everybody, I was like,
could you imagine Steichen as his second year as an offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Like, look how well he's did as his first year as a fucking head coach. He did well.
Dave Langle saying go out and get Reich.
And Ron Rivera is your defensive coordinator.
Yeah. No, maybe. Polsky saying they need to play that Jason Kelsey playoff speech before the game to the players.
Which he did. I mean, he gave a speech too already.
Yeah.
So.
Polsky said, "Fuck Phil, pick on him." They're going at it. Dave Peterson said they might go on a playoff roll, and they'll be at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on Sunday, February 11th, 2024, and everyone will have the same thoughts.
I love your enthusiasm there, but I don't see that happening.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
that'd be hard.
Yeah, and I agree with Phil. That hype video should have been for sleeping pills. What a bore! I kind of agree with Phil on that. I thought that was not one of the better hype videos they've done. And I thought it was fitting that they had Kelsey narrating it because it's probably going to be his last game on Monday. So
yeah,
I thought that kind of tied in together.
I thought his speech that he gave to the players was good.
That speech that's been making its rounds is 2 years old.
That is 2 years old. Okay.
Yeah, when he does the quote on the board, that one.
Yeah.
It's 2 years old. Yeah, it's an old. Yeah, it's been making its rounds on fan groups and stuff. And I was like, oh, what a great speech, and he seems a little down. Well, it was 2 years ago.
It's a slop.
Yeah, it was when they.
It's not a hype video. It's a slop.
It was
video.
Kelsey's 10th year in the league, so do the math. 3 years ago, probably. So, Gary, what are your? I want to hear your full-on thoughts here because Mike kind of, did a
about Sirianni.
Yeah, like what do you?
I mean, I said earlier, I thought, I felt he should be fired at the end of the season. I caught all kinds of shit for it. Well, whatever, dude. Like, I do think he's here next season. I just don't think I think he don't.
What if they get embarrassed on Monday?
I don't think that matters. He's got 11 wins and he went to a Super Bowl.
But so do you think that he should? Because
this is not the direction I thought Gary was going to take.
No,
I thought Gary was all for.
Yeah,
like I don't. I if it was my team, depending on the product that comes on the field Monday, like if they go in and play and they just shit the bed, he's gone.
Well, I just asked you that.
Yeah,
You said no.
No, he said.
I'm sorry, I got
no. He
confused
said
with the question.
no. Sean, he answered what he thinks will happen, not what he thinks.
I got
what
you.
I want
Okay.
to happen.
Okay.
He wants
Like,
him
if
to
it
be
was my
fired.
team and I was in the front office, Mike.
No.
If the team comes out Monday in a playoff game and they just absolutely shit the bed, he's done. He's fired. He's fired after the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if they come out and they win and they end up playing against the 49ers and they compete against the 49ers but lose, all right, then he saves grace.
Phil just Mark said, "You guys reined Gary in. I can't believe it." And then Phil says, "What about the possibility of us getting destroyed and Belichick coming in?" I'm going to tell you one reason
That's not going to happen.
why that will not happen. I'm not saying that the Eagles should never look at Bill Belichick as a head coach. It has nothing to do with Bill Belichick. Well, yes, it does. No, it has less to do with Bill Belichick and more to do with Howie Roseman. Bill Belichick ran everything in New England.
Right.
That is never going to happen here. Not under this ownership group. We've heard it over and over. It's a collective thing, all this other stuff that they claim. They will never, ever allow someone to come in and take control again, especially after the Chip Kelly fiasco. That'll never happen again. So
Bill
won't
Belichick's not going to come here without complete control.
All right. Jay Parr says if they get beat bad on Monday, he's going to go. Jay
He has to go, not going to go. He has to go.
Yeah. He and I had a conversation over the week. He doesn't think he's going to be here next year.
Doesn't think he's going to, or doesn't think he should be.
I don't think he wants him here.
Oh, okay.
So here's my feeling on it. I'll put it this way: if they get completely shelled on Monday, which I don't think is going to happen, but if they get completely shelled on Monday,
third most blitzing team in the entire league,
and against a hurt quarterback. Yeah, I mean Hurts is
knee and finger on the throwing aim.
Yeah.
And beat up wide receivers.
Yeah, I don't know if AJ Brown's playing. Doesn't look likely. Devontae Smith is banged up, hurt his ankle. This is not a good situation at all. But if they get completely shellacked, I'm not saying he's gone. What I will say is I'm not going to sit there and stand on a soapbox and scream why they should keep him.
Right.
Like if you get embarrassed in a playoff game badly, then and after the fall you've had, but on the other side, Sirianni is still the most winningest coach since he's been hired.
Out of how many coaches?
22.
Since when?
Since 2021.
That's a lot.
9 of them have been fired.
That's a lot.
He took his team to the Super Bowl last year. Before the 49ers game, Jalen Hurts was on a record-setting pace among some of the best quarterbacks of all time to have winning records against winning teams, his record in 30 games, the rushing record, all this stuff, right? So now because they've had a rough patch, which is what I think this is, it's just a rough patch. It happens. Now you should kick all that to the curb because he had a bad month and a half out of 3 seasons. Butch, by the way, he's the only coach in that time that has gone on to, and he's the first coach, Eagles coach, to take his team to the playoffs his first 3 seasons. So now we should just kick him to the curb after you lost the Super Bowl on a bad call, and no thanks to your fucking defensive coordinator who completely blew it for you, in my opinion.
You know how this city is, Sean.
Yeah,
we demand perfection.
We are completely overreactionary
Yes.
to everything.
So the other thing about this is most teams that make the Super Bowl hit a wall the next year, or don't they have a bad year the next year.
Dave, I'm sorry. Dave says they win it with a 55-yard field goal. Well, how about that? And then awesome. Polsky said we're hypocritical, and also Polsky said fundamentally something they aren't putting out to the public. It will come out later. I don't think it's fundamentals.
No.
Losing the football is fundamentals. That's not holding on the ball the right way. It's schematics. There's something schematically wrong with this team.
I think there's something definitely wrong from a I think it's from a emotional standpoint, from a mental standpoint, but it's not. I think that they've kind of lost confidence in themselves, and they went through a losing streak, and they got punched in the mouth, and they didn't know how to react.
You got one of the league's best rushers, and you don't utilize them, or you don't use them. When you're in the shotgun, you're not using motion. Why are you not using motion? Like you're just standing there and then move.
Mind your business, Phil. So what?
Like I don't get it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Phil said Mike looks like he's getting ready to have a sponge bath. Getting ready.
Mind your business, Phil.
Polsky said, "Don't schematic me, guy." I love you, Dave.
Like a lot of this stuff, the things that the offensive coordinator should be doing and calling, like you can plainly see it.
Yeah,
and we're sitting on our armchairs and we could see it.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty damning when McCaffrey was calling the plays out on the Manning case.
That was if that wasn't telling enough, if that wasn't enough of a sign to go, you know what, this is not work. Like the many calls we've seen this year that we've scratched our head going, why are they doing this? Gary and I just watched a replay of Week 3. They NFL Network replayed Tampa Bay Eagles game Week 3 tonight while we were pre-gaming. And the game they were up by 13, and there was 4 minutes left in the game, right? The Eagles had the ball. 2nd and 13.
Throw a bomb.
He threw a bomb like 25 yards down the field. Like,
yeah.
Why? And they didn't catch it. And I'm like, why would you do that? Just run the ball and run the fucking clock out and call it a game. You know, it was things like that was Week 3.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Oh, yeah, and then you had Rashard Penny. He's played 3 total games the entire fucking year.
Yeah.
And you choose to bring him in to pick up blitz protection? Are you an idiot?
Yeah.
Like that's not on him. That's not his fault.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
And especially in a game where, like, you know that the Dallas Cowboys are going to take care of Washington.
Yeah.
You know your division chances are slim to none.
Right.
You know, I think even if that was a foregone conclusion, I was okay with, like, Hurts at least playing a quarter in that game just because they've been so bad.
Just to kind of give them some confidence. But the first quarter didn't give any confidence.
No, so, like, you know, you're down 17-0, well, then you pull them, right?
That's when I turned it off, Sean.
When it was 17?
No, when they brought Rashad Penny in for fucking blitz protection.
Uh,
I couldn't believe they fucking did that.
he had very much to do with the game.
Like
It was
ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Dave Peterson said this has happened before. Remember the dream team? Too many egos. I don't. You know what? I will say this. I'm not going to say. I'm going to say pompous. I do think that this team had been pretty pompous.
You pompous, stuck up, snot nose,
That fucking
English,
pompous.
giant,
You
twerp,
pompous asshole,
scumbag,
you.
fuckface, dickhead, asshole.
I do think there's that. I do think they've gotten smacked in the mouth enough over the last week, a month and a half now at this point, where
it's no longer we're going to be all right.
yeah, this whole like, oh, we're gonna fix it. We need to fix it. We need
No,
to
you're
fix it.
not.
Why don't you wait until the off season? Because that's where we're at this point. Like,
You're not
Yeah.
fixing nothing.
But I guess just to get back to the Sirianni thing, my closing remarks on that. I just think that people need something. You know, we always need something to blame on, and the head coach or the quarterback or whatever is the easiest thing to go after. And people want to go after Sirianni because they feel like he lost the locker room and all this. Look, I talked to Ed Kratz, Sports Illustrated writer, last night. I kind of went back and forth with him. He feels that he kind of feels the same way I do. Like they shouldn't get rid of him unless they completely get embarrassed. And I'm not saying they should get rid of him.
Right.
He thinks they shouldn't get rid of him unless they get completely embarrassed. He said because think about it. You know, this team.
Adjusting to a new coach it's difficult.
You would have 4 new coaches since Andy Reid left, despite making 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
In that time, like that doesn't make sense. Like, why would you? You know, you look at these teams who have consistent. Now, look, Baltimore's won a Super Bowl.
And how long they had
Pittsburgh
their
with
head coach?
Tomlin has not.
How long has Baltimore had their head
Harbaugh's
coach?
been there a long time.
Yes.
But he has a
Tomlinson
Super
hasn't won
Bowl.
a Super Bowl yet?
Tomlin has not won it. Oh no, Tomlin won. I'm sorry, Tomlin did win. He won in 2009. So Tomlin has won in 2009, but yet he still remains, right?
Mhm.
Harbaugh's been there for a long time. He has won in 2013, I guess, when they beat San Fran,
right?
Which I think is going to be a Super Bowl rematch this year.
But even when Doug Peterson got fired, I thought that was. I didn't think he should have got fired.
Ryan said he watched the whole game last week. Ugh.
Oof.
Talk about a glutton for punishment.
Yeah. And then he also said New England exposed them week 1. I don't know if they look. This isn't exposed them for what though. Like this wasn't the same offense as it was last year anyway. Shane Steichen's offense was not this offense. They never ran the RPO like they did last year. They never.
That was my next point.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to the RPO? Where is it?
You took away one of the biggest weapons you had, which makes me think
that's what got you to postseason.
Is Jalen? See, now I'm kind of going. I'm going to backtrack. What I was going to say is kind of makes me think: is Jalen Hurts really that hurt because they don't want to do that? But then they call design runs for him, so that kind of goes out the window. So my point is null and void there. This isn't the same offense as it was.
But when you use your RPO, Sean, like that puts the choice in the quarterback's hands.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're using the RPO, if he chooses,
is he rushing in? Is
right.
he not? Let me
Right.
see what I'm going to do here.
Right. I mean, it's plain to see that the RPO hasn't
Yes.
been used because when the Eagles are blitzed, they're not making a play.
I saw this, Dave. So Dave Peterson said dissension among the ranks. Check this out. A.J. Brown has wiped his social media accounts ahead of the against the Eagles Buccaneers game. Yeah, he cleared like everything out.
I'm not reading into that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Steven,
he might just not want distractions.
yeah, it could be. Steve said they just aren't that good. They fooled you at 10-1, just like Notre Dame. We talked about it, man. We felt weird about it. It was the weirdest 10-1 season we've ever had. Ryan says Sirianni's not going anywhere. Hire Ron Rivera and Frank Reich. I don't think Frank Reich is coming back. I think he's done.
Yeah.
He's done as a head coach.
Let's say, would I take Frank Reich? Yeah. Let's say Frank Reich's not available. Should we even do this right now?
Like
No.
We have a fucking playoff. We have a playoff.
like
I'm not doing
throw
this.
Nick Sirianni down the fucking tubes. Bring in Bruce Arians and let him bring his guys in.
Bruce Arians, he's fucking retired.
Yeah, well, hey, money talk.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm
Anyone
being
with a
jackass like the rest of them.
anyone with a fucking name. Anyone with a name. No. I'm not just saying you. It's anyone that this is social media. Like Jesus Christ. Oh,
No,
bring in Belichick. Bring in Wink. Why? Because we just played him. His defense fucking sucked all year. Now you want to bring him in as a defensive coordinator?
No.
Get the fuck out of here with this.
I like Frank Reich and Ron Rivera. I like that idea.
I do think they need to bring in chiseled.
What's up, Chisel Chest?
What's up, chiseled? They
I'm
need
silly.
to
I'm silly.
bring in chiseled
Fucking jerk.
veteran coordinators.
Yes.
Not a guy like
But that's
Desai who ran a fucking horrible Bears defense, who I didn't fucking want to begin with
Yeah.
because of how
that.
passive he was.
You said if they bring him in, that's a mistake.
They needed to bring another guy like Jim Schwartz, who was aggressive and still had. Now I know
he still had the bend don't
I
break.
know the Sticks defense killed everyone. So did Jim Johnson. Everyone thinks Jim Johnson was this fucking blitzing maniac who brought the house every time.
No, he blitzed when it was necessary to blitz, Sean.
Jim Johnson had a bend but don't break defense.
He did, yes.
You know who else he had? He also had two really good corners and a good linebacker.
Yes.
You don't have a fucking linebacker on this team.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you have old cornerbacks,
Yes,
and
he
you
did.
had one of the greatest safeties ever. This team also doesn't even have a safety who probably can play in the NFL right now, including Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard is fucking done.
Oh, what's up with Reed Blankenship? You don't got
No.
love for him?
He can't cover me on a cold night.
He leads the team in tackles.
Someone's got to tackle someone.
I'm just saying.
That's what happens when it gets by everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I hear you. There is something to be said.
Byard,
He's-
Byard.
I will say
He's a supportive player. He's not a lead player.
Blankenship is one of the few guys who can lay a hit on and actually wrap someone up
Yes.
on this team. I will say that. He can't cover worth a damn.
No.
The fucking point, the finger pointing when something goes wrong. Like, oh my God, I'm not even sure what's going on. Dude, there's all kinds of comments here. All right. Jalen Hurts has been upgraded to full participation. Avonte Maddox prepping to play safety. Ooh. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I heard that.
Devontae Smith, Slay, and Swift are all full.
AJ Brown's a question.
Drama. Yep. Yeah, here's a good one. Steve said, remember when they had 4 cornerbacks? Yeah, Al Harris, Bobby Taylor, all those guys. Troy Vincent. I mean, that's a little
they're a little bit
Sheldon Brown, Lido.
They're getting
Lido
healthy.
missed the boat that they left us flat.
Lido.
I'm off for the road. Lido.
Whoa.
Who sings that shit?
That's fucking.
That's Buzz Skaggs, baby.
Yeah. I was gonna play some Gordon Lightfoot tonight. I'm still gonna play that because it had something about picking up the pieces.
So now I think that the Eagles defense getting a little bit more healthy now is nice. Getting Slay
What was that, Mike?
back,
I'm sorry. What was that, Mike?
getting Slay back, getting Maddox back, maybe getting somebody like Ringo to play on the outside and letting Bradbury
He's
go
played
play
well.
the slot. Right. So if Ringo's played well, and maybe you can kind of cover some of Bradbury's shit by making him the slot corner. I know Slay hasn't been great, but he's a hell of a lot better than what they have had. And then if you have Maddox play safety, you're starting to kind of cover up that. Like all of a sudden, things start kind of coming into place a little bit.
Yeah, there's one thing that's missing.
Still have a linebacker.
Well, yeah, but they do because they keep putting Reddick back there to cover the fucking tight end.
I don't even want to get into that.
You're taking away your best pass rusher
And you're putting him in fucking
to
coverage.
cover guys. That's what I was going to get at. That is the one glaring difference. Glaring above everything, above schematic, above your scheme, above your personnel, above everything. The fact that the defensive line cannot get to a quarterback is the biggest problem with this team compared to last year on defense.
That's because the middle's fat and out of shape, bro. Like they're tired.
Well, maybe the last few weeks, they didn't get as many snaps. Jalen Carter had a really, really good game in week 3. And by the way, Jalen Carter, everything I'm seeing, is still probably going to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at his stats, his numbers still jump out above all other defensive players.
He's
like it wasn't last year when Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner, yeah.
But no cornerback has put up numbers that have really stuck out.
Yeah.
And Jalen Carter's numbers are, if you look at him, dude, it's legit.
That's good.
Yeah. But you're right, Gary. They're not in NFL shape yet. Even Jordan Davis included. Like
what Jordan Davis brought here, like his weight fluctuation, that was a concern. And I think that's what we're seeing here at the end of the season. Like Jalen Carter, okay, and like his stats are good, but what's he got beside him with support?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The first 8 games, Jordan Davis, he was shutting the run down. Now they're just blowing right through him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it other team? Did the 49ers, we Nick Bosa, was he right?
I'm sure.
Did he expose it? I mean, I would put more stock, not picking on Ryan, but
they're missing Hargraves.
I would stick
that defensive line is missing Hargraves.
I would say that the San Francisco 49ers may have exposed the Eagles more than any other team.
And every team after that the Eagles played did the same fucking thing.
Right.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts did not look close to the same anymore. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't fucking do anything anymore.
Yeah.
Ever since that 49ers game.
Well, don't hold the ball. Like, you get the ball snapped, 1, 2, 3, 4, the ball's got to come out.
But I think the part of
got
that
to come out.
But I think the part of that also is not just that they got exposed. I think that after they lost that game, they lost their edge. They got so fired up when they got fired up and got beat that bad. They started free falling. They backpedaled and free fall.
Yeah, that's like Mike at Rothman. They lost their empathy.
Yeah.
Sorry for the comparison there, Mike.
No, he's not. He's laughing. No, he's laughing. He's laughing. Fucking Lido.
Missed the boat that day. Some false gags.
Sounds like a fucking itch in your middle
That's
of your ball
a good
bag.
fucking song, man.
Boss Gags. I
I
got a case of the Boss
Get
Gags.
out of your fucking mind. You don't.
No, that's a great song. That's a good song.
dude.
Why do you think I was glad to put it on? That's a good song.
All right.
It's a good song. I got a case of the Boss Skags.
B-O-Z.
Skags. Sounds like a girl won't cook you dinner.
Sloz gags.
Get out of here, you fucking
Sloz
Skags. Fucking Skags. Get out of here, Skags.
It's in the back. Sloz gags.
It sounds like a bunch of heroin addicts on K&A. The fucking Skags.
Sloz gags.
Lido! It is a good song.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Lido Shuffle.
Yeah. Sloz gags. Lido Ra. No, we don't need any of that.
Polsky said it needed a raw.
It needs a raw.
He said, there you go. Yeah, this is it's gonna be tough, boys. It's gonna be a tough. Dude, I know Mike's down for the count, man. You want to watch the game on Monday or no? Yeah. You don't have work on Tuesday. What the fuck you worried about?
What, here?
No.
Where you want to go?
I don't know.
Hey, let's touch base tomorrow.
All right. Gotta go out, dude. We gotta do something. It's a playoff game. I'm gonna sit at home, my dick in my hand.
It's slot, Sean.
I know. I understand.
Slot.
It's still a playoff game. If they win, you're gonna be all excited and jerking off all night.
No, because who are you going to play next?
You know what? I fucking guarantee you, if they look really good against Tampa Bay.
All of a sudden, Gary.
Yep. If they look really good against Tampa Bay, I can't wait to tune in to Sports Talk Radio on Tuesday. Whenever, we have a cheer. There's the Eagles we know and love. We're back.
No,
Yep.
I guarantee if they look great on Monday
No
night.
matter what they say, dude. No, they're not.
All right, so let's go. Ryan, all right.
This season's a wash.
Let's kick it. Kick it! Raw! Ryan says, I think
You wake up late for school, man. You don't want to go.
Rah!
You ask your mama, please, but she still says no.
Rah! Ryan says, I think they win 27-20. Yeah, I love this part right here. Here it comes.
On the piano.
Yeah. There it is. Everyone likes a good thick organ, don't they? It's good. It's a good tune. I like the little snap in the background.
So what year was
It's
it?
so dated.
This was, I don't know what. Let me see.
That's late 70s, early 80s.
It's 70s. It's definitely in the 70s. I don't know. Lito missed the boat that day.
Fuck him. He's not coming
He's
now.
not coming. Yeah, so let's get our picks for this game. Because it's, oh man, I don't know, dude. So Ryan's saying they win 27-24. 1977, Jay Part, a fucking music man over here.
There you go.
Yep. So here we go. We got the Eagles offense taking on the Tampa Bay defense. Going to be a challenge, possibly. Tampa Bay's defense is still pretty decent. They're not horrible. They're not as bad as us.
Yeah.
The Devontae Smith is probably going to play. Swift is going to play. No AJ Brown.
I don't think AJ Brown's going to play.
I don't think he's going to play.
Has he been rolled out?
No, but he hasn't practiced. He has
And that
tomorrow.
injury looked bad.
They practice tomorrow, I think. Dave Peterson has the Eagles winning 27-20.
I like the,
So
I like
so I don't know who has the edge.
I mean, right now, I'm taking Tampa's defense just based off of what the Eagles' offense have done lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other side of the ball, Eagles don't even bother. Eagles defense taking on Tampa Bay's offense.
Yeah, that's Tampa Bay's offense.
You got
All day.
You got Rashad Jones. You got Rashad Jones back again. He's back. Now Rashad White taking on leading the running game. And you got Mike Evans and you got a hurt Baker Mayfield. So someone's like, oh, they said to me this week, but the pass rush has trouble against mobile quarterbacks. I'm like, that's weird because I didn't, the last couple of weeks, like you can tell me
Who's pass rush? Tampa Bay's?
No, the Eagles pass rush has trouble against mobile quarterbacks, and that's why they got embarrassed. I'm like, look at the list of the last couple of quarterbacks they've played. Like, Kyler Murray, yes.
Geno Smith wasn't like a real.
No. I said Drew Lock. Drew Lock was a running quarterback.
Drew
Lock was a running quarterback.
Tyrod Tower.
He can run. He can run. He's not a running quarterback.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand that. I'm like, no, they're just getting exposed because they're not a good defense.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield being hurt doesn't impact the game to me at all. I think he still is going to sit back there and he's still going to have a chance to pick.
Although I will say, he's got Mike Evans, Mike Evans and Godwin and this and that, but it does say something. They needed that game to win that game against Carolina, and they won 9-0.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there is a little hope based off of that.
Yeah, it was not but then again, the Eagles got shellacked by the Giants.
Right.
Like, who's a terrible football team who fired. Oh, did you hear about that? They fired their entire coaching staff. And on the way out, the coaching staff was like screaming in Dabo's face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like basically like, fuck you. This is your fault.
Yeah,
and then there was
I heard that. Wasn't that Wink or something?
Yeah. And then, Wink. And then Robert Spire said, go Cowboys.
Yeah. Cockroaches always come out in the dark.
Polsky wants to know what's going on behind you, Mike.
What's going on behind me?
Oh, the mirror. You got the mirror behind you, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Roaches.
Make sure tell her to Don't take your shirt off. You can see everything.
Actually, I did tell her that.
It's probably a good idea. Got a bunch of horn dogs on this show. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the other one was Jacksonville. Jacksonville's defensive coaches got let go too. And when they left, they said the problems are staying, but the solutions are leaving.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Peterson's out.
No, the
No.
defensive coaches all got fired. All the defensive coaches got fired. So,
Interesting.
all right. So, and we'll get into the coaching thing in a second. There's been a lot. There's been big ones. This is one of the most historical weeks ever as far as coaching departures go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with you guys. I think the Eagles defense gets, once again, can't stop a fucking nosebleed. So, but you got the intangibles. You got, all this other stuff. The Eagles are experienced. They were in the Super Bowl last year. The Eagles turning around.
They have a better quarterback.
Yeah. Does Jason Kelsey, is this really going to be his last game in Tampa Bay? Or,
Right.
do guys like him and Brandon Graham and, the old heads kind of pull together, and did they pull out a win? What do you guys think?
So go ahead. Yeah.
No. There's too many inefficiencies on the Eagles team. I just don't think they have what it takes to get to this game. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come out ahead of the Eagles here, 21-10.
21-10. Shit.
Yeah. I'm not that far off from Gary. The Eagles have not won a game. They've only won one game. They actually were out ahead in that a little bit, but they've kind of gotten blown out a lot of the games. They've been down pretty heavy a lot of these games. So I could see it being a double-digit loss. We'll go 24-14. Tampa.
Similar.
Okay. I am I'm going 26-20 Buccaneers.
You got a
You
close
think
one.
it'll be a little closer?
I think it's going to be another game where. So you'll see in our write-up this week on cornerpodsports.net the reason why I think this. I just think that the only way they have a chance in this game, if they somehow turn over Baker Mayfield early and get a lead, that's the only way I think they're going to win this game. I think if they
ball and keep them off the field,
you're right. If they go down early, it's over. I just don't see how they're going to.
The mental makeup of this team is just going to fold like a tent if they go down early.
Yeah.
I believe that. Yes.
Polsky said if they lose like that, I'm selling my jersey. What's up, Booch Bomb? What is up, brother? How are you? Dave Peterson said, I'm not going to lie. I am going to miss Kelsey and the Phillies shove. And then Jay Parr said 24-17 Tampa.
Okay.
And Booch Bomb, hashtag Booch Bomb, Tampa is going to be too much. Funerals Monday. I can't say it's not gonna happen, man. He said 24-17 as well. He has the same score as Jay. So
Okay.
I don't know, man. It's not good, but you know
Yet
what?
they're favored. Am I the only one that found that kind of odd?
Dude, should I even say it on the show?
Well, maybe if they were unfavored as an underdog, they would win.
I'll say it. It's the first time in my life that I've bet against the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't touch the games the Eagles play. I just
Either
don't.
do I.
Yeah, I do.
I took Tampa. I took them right after that game ending against the Giants, and they opened up as 3-point favorites. I went, yep. And I was like, should I take it? Was a reactionary thing. I was like, you know what? I'm not taking it off. I am not taking it off because what have they done to make me think that they should be a 3-point favorite against fucking anybody? They could be playing Sister Mary's childhood home for the orphanage, for the orphans. I'm not.
Yeah, the Roxborough Rebels.
Yeah, take them on.
So wait a minute. So you took Tampa Bay straight up as a fuck you to the Eagles.
I kind of did.
Okay.
I kind of did.
I like it.
I still wear my Eagles shit. Like,
Yes, I
I'm
like
wearing my jersey tonight. Like, I'm still gonna wear my Eagles. I'm still gonna go. Even if I don't go out
But
on
you're not
Monday,
a jerk off fan.
I'm still gonna. I know that is
Right?
that is a jerk
You're
off
not
move.
a jerk off
Like
fan.
I said, it was minutes after that game
Yeah,
came final,
fuck
and they
you.
opened up as 3-point
Fuck you.
favorites.
Oh,
I went, "There's no fuck. That's easy money."
I do
That
think
is
it's easy
fuck.
money. I just can't bet it.
That's a fuck you. That's what that is.
That was they don't deserve. They don't deserve.
Your loyalty.
Yeah, no, it's their money. Nah, they do. Come on. I'm always. That is a fucked up move.
Then why'd you do that?
So I'm a jerk off.
Oh my!
Yeah,
That might be the most jerk off move I've ever made as a fan.
A win is a win.
It
A
might,
win's a win.
It might be the most. The Eagles don't put money in my pocket. Maybe that bet will.
Oh, look at all the money.
Yeah,
we
but you know what?
spent
The funny thing is that it is a little bit of a win-win for Sean. If they lose,
Right.
at least it's like, hey, I was right. I got my bet. Look at me. I
Yeah.
got myself in the
It
bet.
was still
But
a
if they
jerk
lose, you're
off
like, hey, that's
reaction,
$20 well spent.
Yeah, in the Jordan documentary. Remember the dude who bets them when they're throwing the. Remember that? The old
one?
dude. The old dude when they're throwing
The
they're
janitor
throwing-
or whatever.
Yeah, they're throwing the coins against the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he beats him. It's $20. $20. He's like, all right. He gets it closer. He's like, he does the whole. Sorry, Jordan. Jordan's all pissed off. Double or nothing. He's like, no, man. I'm taking my money. Polsky said I'm going to lose.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. If Sean loses, he'll be happy.
I'm not going to be happy.
No, if you
I'll
lose
just-
your bet, you'll be happy.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course, because I
Yeah.
get to watch the Eagles for another week.
Yeah.
I won't bet that game. I'll guarantee you that. Guarantee that.
Be licking your wounds.
Yeah. All right, so let's get at the coaching moves. There's been a lot. You know what? Let's start off with college because that was probably the biggest shocker.
Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere, right? I didn't hear anything about this.
Nick Saban just says, "See ya." Like he retired, man. Six titles, right?
Something like that, yeah.
6 titles, 12 NCAA championship. Like the absolute legend. Probably among the greatest college football coaches of all time,
Yeah.
easily. Alabama, yeah, they're gonna be looking for a new head coach now. And dude, I
And
just thought about
basically everybody would take the job.
dude.
there's
What
like-
if everyone's thinking that Harbaugh is going to leave Michigan after they won a title? What if Harbaugh goes to Alabama?
I don't think that Harbaugh's going to leave one college program to go to a next. I think
Yeah,
that
he'd go to NFL.
because he's not going to escape punishment if he stays in the NCAA.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he probably won't. Yeah, he wouldn't go anywhere outside the NCAA. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's
Yeah,
there's 5 NCAA coaches right now that wouldn't go to Alabama right now.
Hmm.
Probably like that you could and I don't even know who it is. Maybe the Ohio State guy wouldn't go.
Hmm.
Maybe the Clemson guy doesn't go or something. Like there's like, who else made it? Maybe the guy from Washington's content where he's at with his team.
Hmm.
But like every
made
other
it-
school,
Yeah.
like yeah.
Oh, by the way, were you surprised about that game, Washington, Michigan? I wasn't. I thought Michigan was going to roll.
No, I thought Michigan was going to blow them out.
Yeah.
It was a little closer, I guess, than I expected it to be. But yeah, I expected Michigan to win.
I'm not saying that, Washington didn't deserve to be there,
Oh no, not yeah. No, they
but
definitely did.
they weren't going to compete with.
No, I mean to me that the top 3 schools were Georgia, Michigan, Bama, and then Washington.
Yeah. And then clearly, everyone that was yelling about Florida State.
They got demolished by Georgia.
Yeah, like that was proven.
Yeah.
That was warranted that they didn't get in. So,
Right.
by record, yeah. I mean, but
It still sucked. I'm glad that they're expanding it. Still think 12's too much, but I'm glad they're expanding it so that we don't have to worry about this bullshit. But what this does do, and I've talked about this time and time again, is it makes other games irrelevant. That SEC championship game, you're playing for a first round bye.
You might as well not even why even have it? Just have
Yeah.
your regular season and then go from there, right? Like that's
Right.
what you should do.
Like that Bama Georgia game that you look forward to every year because it's like this is basically a playoff game. This is the national championship game 3 weeks before the national championship game.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't mean anything now. No, that's the only
So-
downside of that.
Yep.
But yeah, congrats to Nick Saban on a remarkable, astonishing career.
Yep.
So now the NFL, another legend, was
GOAT.
parted ways with New England. Bill Belichick is gone. Now that one's not surprising to many. I think we
No.
all saw that one coming.
I mean, he's too old. The team's just not good.
Yeah.
They need to change the direction.
Jarrett Mayo has already been announced.
Did they announce him?
Yeah, he's the head coach. He'll be
Wow.
introduced on Wednesday.
That's an interesting move.
Mhm.
He was a defensive coordinator.
Yep, and it sounds like he may have been written into the contract for Belichick. It was like an agreement, like, hey, when I go, I want him to be my successor.
Right.
Because it was less than 24 hours after Belichick said I'm
Yeah.
leaving. That when that occurred, like that he announced that Mayo was going to be the new head coach. So
Yeah.
Belichick, what
What the fuck are we listening to?
I don't know. It's NFL film music. I know it sounds like it's Glory Day in Green Bay. It's called. I'll switch it. That was fucking bad.
That was like getting into some fucking medieval like carnival bullshit.
Just put the scratch.
Where's Gary? Cigarette.
He's coming. Pulsey said, I was wondering that too myself. Yeah, I thought there was more up there. Those are Ryan's beers from last week. Fuck Ryan, he's not here. It's ours now. They're probably nice and cold too.
There you go.
Yeah, I know I had a few more. You have some. Yeah, I know I do. You have some strong ones on the side door there too. You can't do it. Damn. Wow, Gary.
Next week maybe I'll have a cold beer with you guys.
Yeah, it'd be nice, man. But yeah, man, Belichick. Again.
Yeah.
Look, I know Ryan was thinking that he's gonna coach again because he won 15 more. I don't think he cares about that record. I don't think Belichick's already the greatest coach
Of all
ever.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have as many wins. He doesn't have this and that. Dude, he coached in a free agent era and won 7 titles, right? 7.
6.
25
Six
years.
titles.
25
Yeah, Brady had 7 because Brady won one. with
Yeah,
Tampa.
Brady won with Tampa Bay. So, yeah. So, 6 titles, 9 Super Bowls in 25 years. 9 Super Bowls in 25
Half my life.
And how many conference championships did he have? Like, probably 14,
Yeah.
15. Like, I don't know, something crazy. Yeah.
Like a record, like 18 straight division or East Crowns or something.
And he was
Crown.
wasn't he a defensive oriented coach with
He was
Cleveland?
with Cleveland. When they
That's cool. That's Bernie Kosar years, dude.
95 is when they left, right? So
That's
Cleveland left in 94, 95, something like that. Yeah, Bernie Kosar, yeah. That's who I think of when I think of Cleveland back then. Bernie Kosar. Yeah, Ozzie Newsome.
Mark said hold the Mayo.
Yes.
Who was the running back?
Polsky said drink all those beers.
Big fucker. They had a
Ernest Biner.
Oh,
Ernest Biner was the
Oh,
quarterback.
wow. How about that?
it was like a fucking refrigerator running with
Yeah, Ernest Biner was a fucking hell of a running back.
Beast.
Yeah. And
My favorite back down though was Kristen Coulier.
that was Kansas City though.
Nigerian Nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Was did Andre Rison ever play for Cleveland or only Atlanta?
It's left on.
No, it's not, Mark. I think
he
it's
was
the
all-
only thing that's not.
It was all landed.
Yeah, it was the Atlanta. Yeah, I thought so.
Burn his fucking house down.
Yeah, Jesus, left eye loops. All right. Other moves: Mike Vrabel gets shit canned by Tennessee.
That was your call. That was
That was time.
it was time. Yeah, I mean they had a couple years where they struggled. Vrabel's still a good coach. He was butting heads with the ownership and the management there. He's going to bounce back and get a job somewhere. He'll get another head coach.
Yeah, he'll definitely get another. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, when they traded A.J. Brown, he snapped.
Yeah, that was probably the beginning of the end. Yeah, they didn't do him any favors.
No, they did not. Yeah, they get rid of him and throw some fucking rookies in there who suck, by the way.
Yep. Glad
I got a question.
Instead of trying to draft one.
I got a question for you guys. What's the difference between a piano, tuna, and a bottle of glue?
Piana, tuna, and a bottle of glue.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a. Yeah, right. You can tune a piano, but you can't piano a tuna. Right.
Where'd the bottle of glue go?
That's what everyone gets stuck on.
You're a fucking asshole.
That was a Mark Polsky special. He's been waiting for that one for 2 weeks.
You could tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
That's right.
Get out of here with that.
Man, that was a dad joke.
It was completely a dad joke. Who are some of the other ones? Arthur Smith, right? Arthur Smith gets shit canned. Who else? Who else gets shit canned? Nick Sirianni.
No, he didn't.
Well, earlier Staley got canned earlier in the year.
Yeah, there was a couple. There was a couple others. Who else?
The Raiders coach or something? Was that in the middle of the year too, or?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the middle of the year. There was a couple others.
I don't like that in season firing. I don't like that stuff. I don't like that at all.
No, in season. Although when
Unless
the Eagles
somebody
fired,
like Urban Meyer or Chip Kelly deserved it.
yeah, when they fired Chip Kelly, that was like. Remember, we were about to do this. I remember where I was when they announced that. We were like, all right, like that's warranted because they just
Big guys beat up little guys. So
Sal. That was fucking.
Was that a wise guy? Was that a wise guy question?
Me a wise guy. Me a wise guy. A fucking asshole, fat fuck, little fucking.
I liked it when they hired him.
Fucking Humpty Dumpty cocksucker. No, I did too. I do. When he came out that first year, that first season, you're
Sean
like, oh my god.
Sean guaranteed a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I did. I bet Al that they would go to the Super Bowl with Chip Kelly. I was a year off, dude. Yeah. So, all right, let's do picks for the week. So we got the Eagles, Tampa Bay. Fucking Polsky, yes. Text me on the side. You remember the joke. Tampa Bay Eagles. We talked about that. All right, there's some really, really good games this weekend.
9:30. I'm still awake. I don't have a hot dog in my face.
Nice. Browns Texans is the opening game tomorrow, 4:30. Texans host the Browns. Who wins?
I like the Browns here.
I'm going Browns. Yeah, rookie quarterback. Browns have the better record. Browns playing a tougher division.
You can't lose with Flacco, Mike.
Yeah, Flacco's looking good.
Yeah, I am.
He said Flacco, not Cracko.
Oh. I'm so torn on this one. I'm going to go Houston. I think Houston.
Lovers,
yeah,
like a fool.
I thought a lot about the rookie quarterback thing. There's something about Houston I just like this week. I think they're one of the ones that upset somebody else this week. Yeah, I think Houston wins this one.
Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, it's not that Browns are only 2-point favorites, so
yeah,
it's not unreasonable.
Dolphins, Chiefs, and this game. First of all, you know what? Before you even get
freezing
in the game,
cold. Yeah.
Well, you got to pay for it first.
Dude, that is messed up. For anyone that doesn't have Peacock, you're shit out of luck. That's screwed up that they're putting a playoff game on Peacock.
And they're not allowing bars to pick it up.
Right, because you have to have a residential license. You can't just go out and buy Peacock for a bar, and then sure there's ways around it. They'll find a way around it, but
And there's also a cap. Even as a homeowner, you have to purchase it before a certain time to be able to watch that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fucking joke, dude. Dave Pearson agrees with me. Texans win 21-17.
All right.
Amari Cooper will be playing in that game, though, so that does change things a little bit.
Joe Flacco loves throwing the ball to him.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a good game. All right, so it's gonna be 25 below with the wind chill in Kansas City tomorrow. Kansas City's 4.5-point favorites. I'm gonna be honest. I might take that. Miami is 0-10 in playoff games when it's 40 and below.
Jesus Christ. Like fucking 3 below 0.
It's going to be 3
God
below.
Damn it.
Yeah.
And 25 under with the wind chill.
Yes.
Taking on
and a chance of snow.
A team that
I'm
going to tell you right now, I might take Isaiah Pacheco and the Chiefs as a parlay to score. Yeah, I think Pacheco is going to have a game. This sounds like
a running game.
No one's going to want to tackle him in a cold weather game.
Yeah.
He's going to be running hard like that.
He runs angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of those.
What do you think, Mike?
I just don't see it being a finesse game Miami's a finesse team.
Yeah.
I just don't see them being able to be finesse in that cold weather.
I think it's going to be close. But I'll go Kansas City.
And I think the Chiefs suck.
Right.
But the cold is going to play in their favor.
If it was in Miami or if it was in a warmer condition, I would take Miami. I just think I don't think that fits Miami's skill set at all. That cold weather, Peterson says 23-20 Dolphins. What you say?
I like 17-10 Chiefs.
Okay.
Low score.
It's cold, Mike.
Polsky said it sounds like a good chance of fuck that cold.
You're not winning that game through the air.
Another inclement weather game. This is going to be fun on Sunday.
Buffalo.
Sunday at 1 o'clock.
That's where they need the snow shovels.
In Buffalo. So if you like the Bills and you live in Buffalo and you need beer money, they need snow shovelers in Buffalo because they're expecting quite a few inches there. Steelers, Bills in Buffalo, snow game. It's going to be awesome football to watch.
It's going to be fun. Yeah.
Like the cold doesn't factor in for either one of them games.
Oh, I got to call someone out. Philadelphia at Philadelphia on X. Phil Stifle. I hate to call you out, dude, but he's like, this is why they need domes in every stadium. This is why every stadium should be a dome in football. I'm like,
why?
This is what makes it great.
And I get his first point is it's dangerous for the fans to get there.
Then don't come.
Although
you know what?
Don't come.
Hold on, actually, that doesn't make a difference though.
It's fucking
football. The fans
football.
still got to get there. The fans got to get there's not a dome to get to the stadium.
Yeah, you still got to. You're going to take a fucking tram car.
Watch the tram car,
Yeah,
please.
you still got to get there, right? So that travel thing doesn't matter. Your traffic's still be bad.
It'll be cold. You have to worry about the fans getting too cold in the stands.
Well, no, I'm talking about. I'm at my mom and dad's last night. I'm talking to my dad about this and the weather, and he says, you put your boots on, you put your heated socks on, you wear a pair of pantyhose, you put your fucking long johns over top of that, then you put a pair of pants on, and then you bundle up top. What kind of fan bitches about the weather? You go there to support your team. It don't matter what the weather is. I said, wow, Dad. He's like, see.
I remember the coldest game I went to was the year before the big Tampa Bay upset. It was 2001. Deuce Staley ran it for 2 touchdowns. They won 20-6, I think, or 20, something like that. At the Vet, it snowed brutally the day before, and it was so cold, dude. I did not care. I drank beers. I had a blast. We had so much fun. He was a foreman. And he goes to turn to give me a high five, and he falls. He
Because he had so many clothes on.
Oh, he fell into the row in front of him, and we laughed. Dude, everyone laughed. We had such a great time, man.
Did he get hurt?
Nah, he was fine.
What are you talking about? He had 17 layers on.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he came right back up. He's like, oh. It was that was so much fun. That was the coldest game I've ever been in.
I remember going to a Carolina Monday night game. I think it was Carolina. It was so cold. Oh, my old man. It was so cold that, like, Wednesday I was in work, still shivering.
I remember you telling me about that.
Like, I took a shower each day afterwards. It wasn't enough. My bones were still cold.
Damn. Polsky said, well, a flask of whiskey will help you. You won't feel it.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Dave Peterson has the Steelers beating the Bills 17-13.
Wow, that's an upset.
I actually have the Steelers winning this game.
Do you?
I do.
Wow.
I think I don't know what it is. I think the Steelers, I think there's something wrong with the Bills. I know they beat the Dolphins the last game of the year. I don't know. There's something weird about this.
I mean, they do have Josh Allen as a quarterback.
Yeah, there's just something strange.
That's good and bad.
Right, exactly my point, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know what Josh Allen you're getting.
Like, if you're going to hold a gun to my head, and say you pick one, I'll take the Bills. But like, I think the Steelers win this game.
You could probably win. You could probably win some good money on the money line on that then.
Yeah, maybe I'll.
I like Buffalo in this game.
Yeah, as you should, right? As most people should.
And Watt's not playing either.
No, Watt's out, and that does definitely hurt them. But I don't. But who's going to hurt? Knox in the middle? Like, I don't really see that. I don't know. Kansas City game is going to be a life-threatening. Oh, it's going to be life-threatening. Oh, Jesus! I can't read that one out loud.
Sure, you can.
No, this is we might see the second on-field death in 2 years. He's right there. It's going to be dangerous. They're telling fans like, "Chest fucking warm."
It's football.
Oof! Can you imagine? Like, can you imagine right now,
dude? Like, I get it, but it's fucking football.
Can you imagine right now?
If you're worried about being out in the cold, don't go.
You know, it's
don't go.
It's January in Buffalo.
And Soldier, yeah. Like, what about Lambeau? Lambeau, it's like this during the games.
Yeah, like it's January. You know it's going to be cold. They're used to it up there. They know what they're fucking doing. They know what they're doing.
The last time a game was this cold was in Lambeau. Was the Ice Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, fans didn't bitch then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, get the sand out of your vagina. Either go or don't go.
Get it out. 2 more games. Packers, Cowboys in Dallas.
I'm going Dallas. I think Dallas wins. I think they win. I think this is a 10-point game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, too.
Dallas hasn't beaten Green Bay in Dallas in like 15 years. No, it's around that. Yeah, right around that.
Dallas is different at home this year.
Jay Parr said the Bills will not lose at home. Dave Peterson said, according to forecast, high is 9 degrees during the day, a low of -4 for Saturday night.
I love it.
Kickoff is set for 7 p.m., 6 degrees, 15 mile per hour.
Fill the Stanley up with hot chocolate, you pussies, and get to the game.
Polsky said, get on your snowmobiles and watch the game. And then Jay has Dallas. Peterson has Packers, 26-20. I do think I do think Green Bay is going to play Dallas tough, but in the end, I think Dallas wins. Yeah. You know, if I put a fucking Cowboys hat on you, Gary, right now, you kind of look like Mike McCarthy.
And I'll say hats off to them for winning the division.
And you're going to be celebrating. You're going to be celebrating a Super Bowl in your closet, aren't you?
Yep.
Dallas is going to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're going to be celebrating, aren't you?
Dallas is going to the Super Bowl. I called this in the beginning of the year.
He'll have his pants
and he's
down.
all wanted to throw daggers at me.
Because you don't pick Dallas. I don't care how fucking good they are.
That's
You
what
never
it is.
pick them in this fucking town.
They're not that good.
Don't have to
They're
be
not
that
beating
good.
San
You
Francisco.
don't got to be that good, Mike. Just got to be lucky.
They're not beating San Fran.
Depends what that game is.
No, it
It's going to
doesn't.
be in San Fran. What do you mean?
It'll be in
depends?
San Fran. It
It
will
has
be
to
in San Fran.
Fran.
Rams, Lions, last game. That Polsky fucking closet Dallas fan. Peterson, fuck Dallas.
All right.
Jay Parr, division champion Dallas Cowboys.
Giddy up.
He's, I know exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Rams, Lions, in Detroit. Who wins?
I know I'm picking all the
This is a
favorites.
tough
but
one.
I'm going Detroit.
This might be the game of the week. Like this is a tough one to pick.
I am actually going Rams.
I can
You
see
know
the
what's
Rams
going
winning this game. I
I'm
can
with
see
you.
it.
The Lions haven't won a playoff game since 1991. I think that continues.
The
I think-
Lions ain't made the playoffs since then.
Yes, they have.
Have they?
Yeah.
When's the last time they made the
They
playoffs?
made it. They lost 95 to us.
Oh.
The crazy
beat-
wild card game.
Was it
They,
them?
they haven't won a playoff game. They played Dallas a couple years ago. I thought.
Not in the playoffs.
I thought they did.
Last time they were in the playoffs, Barry Sanders was
Dallas?
still on.
Was it the Calvin Johnson catch?
Detroit. I'm gonna look it up. The last time they played.
Wasn't there the Calvin Johnson the catch or something? The debated catch. Des Bryant and then a Calvin Johnson catch.
I don't think that was against Detroit because that was a divisional game.
That sounds like some Sam Spence you playing over there.
It is Sam Spence. They were in 2016, 2014, 2011, 99, 97,
Really?
95. Yeah.
Shit.
So,
I apologize.
yeah, it's all right. You accept it. Was
I
the
just-
temperature game time? It's in a dome. And Peterson 27-24 Lions. I don't know what it is, dude. Call me stupid, whatever. There's something about that game. I kind of like the Rams, dude. Like Stafford going against small hands Goff. I think Stafford is feeling pretty good about his team.
Especially the last few weeks.
Williams is back. He's a fucking tank.
Who's the other guy? Oh,
That running back Nakua.
oh that fuck yeah. That
Cooper
fucking-
Kupp, I don't know, man. I just think the Rams have enough weapons to beat Detroit. I think they have more weapons to beat Detroit. I don't think Dan Campbell. I'm not saying Dan Campbell's a bad coach. I just don't know if he knows how to utilize his players the way he should, which is probably what they're
I
saying
actually like
about
Dan
us.
Campbell.
I'm not saying I don't like him. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But I agree. I like the Rams as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to sway me to go the Rams on that because I went all the favorites, so except the Eagles, technically.
I did finish second to pick him.
Oh, good
Yes.
for you.
You're crazy. You're completely out of your mind.
Good for you.
You got a decent payout for that.
It was all right.
Just toss the panties.
I banged some skags. All right, so before we get into the Flyers, and while you were drunk,
Some skags.
Remember you took the winnings, hookers and blow?
we should call the show "Banging Some Skags." The great, fantastic, groundbreaking television show, The Sopranos,
Why are you not playing the song in the background?
has just turned 25 years old since the first episode aired, which isn't that, dude. That first of all,
That was a quick 25 fucking years, man.
yeah, that's insane. But yeah, how about that? How about that, man? So I figured, why not? Why don't we, why don't
Wait.
Why don't we go through some of
Wait,
our
wait.
favorite? So, spoiler alert, Mark. I know you haven't really watched the whole thing. You watched the first season. We're going to give out some spoilers. If you haven't watched the show, you might want to tune out for the next 5 minutes or so because there's going to be some things we're going to talk about. Fucking Peterson has the whole theme song written out. Good morning. So it's a great song, great opener. It's great, going across the bridge, looking at all that shit,
Smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
Wait.
You know, it was John Turturro's sister was in the show. Ada Turturro. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in there. You're like, oh man. So, did you watch it when it first aired?
I watched it when it came out. Every Sunday, I was sitting there waiting for it.
Were
to
you?
come on. Yes.
I was a late bloomer.
I was 10 years later than you, Sean. Probably like 5
Yeah,
years
I was interested in it. I just never. I didn't have HBO, and I kind of held off. Once it ended and everything came, like even the DVDs were out, whatever. Actually, my old roommate, and we've had him on the show, SG Carter. He was my roommate back in the early 2000s, and he got me a DVD of the first season. And I was like, all right, cool, man. Oh, you gotta check it out. And I started watching it, and I watched like the first 2 episodes. Like, yo, I'm in. Like, I'm fucking in. And I had a dude at work who used to burn DVDs.
Sean's out there. Sean's out there like, yo, you got that next season yet? You got that next season yet?
I said, I got these. I
got these
cheeseburgers.
I'll suck your dick. But yeah, so it kind of like just went from there. I just started watching them all, and that was it. I was trying to find the cheeseburger one. I don't know where it is. I don't know. We got so many fucking sound bites in this fucking thing.
That's because we got ADHD.
What we do? That we do. I have this. Why is this fucking working? What's going on here? Oh, that's why.
So, Mike, did you
covered dick.
Did you finish it, Mike?
Yeah, you finished it. Yeah.
This tastes exactly like a big sloppy pussy.
Big pussy, right? You got big pussy in the show? Yeah. So what's your favorite, what was your favorite scene? Or some of your favorite moments in the show?
Number one, I'll pick when Tony goes over to fucking Ralphie's house after the horse is killed. And they're talking about it, and he fucking sprays him with fucking Raid, and they end up fighting him.
Come on, you fat fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Tony ends up killing Ralphie.
Joey Pants.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful horse.
Pyomai.
He's an innocent fucking animal. So then Christopher comes over, and as Christopher comes over, he looks at Tony. He's like, "Oh my god, Tony! I found him like this."
Yeah. How about when Ralphie kills the hooker outside, beats her to fucking death, and then fucking lies about it later and all that? Oh man, oof.
She was
he was the son of a bitch.
Yeah, she's yeah. Yeah, he was a scumbag in that show.
I found her like this.
Joey Pants.
Then they're chopping him up to get rid of the body, and Tony's fucking yelling at Christopher because he's high. Like, who cares? He's high? You're chopping up a fucking body.
Well, he's supposed to be clean though at the time, right?
Yeah.
That's why. That's what it all came down to.
This is why I can't give you any responsibilities.
This is what.
Well, I'm chopping up Ralph. You see him sawing the boot, you hear.
I mean, the one of the best episodes. I mean, we're not going to go episodes. We're going to go scenes, but one of the best episodes of the Pine Barrens. Like that episode. Fantastic. No, the Pine Barrens.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Pine Barrens when they're in
the car.
Yeah, they're shooting the Russian dude and they're fucking following his blood trail like a
fucking
deer.
guy won't die.
Yeah, can't find him, and he's you motherfucker. You got ketchup packets. You got ketchup, and he's eating a fucking ketchup packet.
They're ripping the headliner down on that abandoned car to keep
warm. Yeah.
And then they call for help, and fucking Bobby's going to drive Tony out there, and he gets all geared up to go on.
You come back with like one boot.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were you guys? Keep thinking you know everything. Some people are so far behind in a race that they actually believe they're leading. Junior Soprano. That's from Dave Peterson. That's great. There are so many lines in that show.
Yeah, I got mine.
Your favorite?
Come back here again. You better come heavy,
dude. I love when my favorite scene I think is when spoiler alert, when Phil Leotardo gets it. When he gets fucking
All the way at the end.
oh, dude, I love that scene. I
Crunch, crunch.
stood up and
Dun-dun.
fucking
Dun-dun.
and his grandkids are in the back seat. They watched their grandfather get shot in the head and then fucking ran over by the car.
Over his head.
Dude, it
Cracked like a fucking
his face like that scene. It was like no one deserved a better death than that dude. Like he was such a prick in that show.
Yeah.
Freaking everything he was
the
doing.
episode before. Tony goes there to try to work things out. Get off my stoop. I got nothing to say to you.
Yeah. He's like, all right.
That's all.
And obviously the car crash scene with Christopher when he holds his fucking nose.
Tony, you gotta take the blame. I won't pass the drug test.
I'm drunk. Yeah, that was brutal.
And then how about when he's caught by his wife with the Gamada? It's a sin, the poor kid.
Yeah. How about when Tony's out back, right? I think he's on his patio.
Feeding the ducks.
And and little what's the kid's name?
Anthony Jr.
AJ, that's what I was saying. I was gonna say CJ. Anthony comes out and me, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, not tonight. So we're not gonna get no fucking ZD. Where's the gabagool? Where's the fucking gabagool? Where's the gabagool? Like that's a great.
The man works all day. He comes home wants some gabagool.
Oh, it's a fucking gabagool.
Yeah, my favorite. I'll just go to the episode. My favorite's the first episode in season 6. That's the dude Eugene. He gets an inheritance from his aunt. He wants to retire. Go down to Florida.
Oh yeah, and Tony tells him no.
Right, Tony tells him no.
I'm trying to remember that. Yeah, go ahead.
Chris grabs money from it. His wife's giving him a hard time. He's in the FBI. The FBI's telling him not to move. He's got to make good on his sports gambling debt. It's just got like the whole episode is this dude just kind of taking blow after blow after blow, like having the tribulation of getting like the $2 million and taking blow after blow after blow.
Oh, was that Robert Patrick? Patrick?
No. He was the guy that owned the sporting goods store.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
This was a guy.
When he's sleeping in his fucking tent, one of his tents that he had in his store, because he kept owing money to Tony. Tony said, "I don't want you to fucking owe me money, man."
So so at the end of it, right, it's just you see this thing building up, and the whole episode's all about this building up. So the very last scene of it, the dude hangs himself.
Yes.
He kills himself. And you're just sitting here and you're like, what the fuck? This dude, like, and you feel so bad, right? But there's one more scene, and they cut to Tony.
Yeah.
And Tony goes over to Uncle Junior's and he's cooking him a meal. And Uncle Junior comes down with a gun and shoots him.
Yeah.
And the episode ends with Tony on the ground, like dead.
Yeah. Like,
Or
you don't know what's going
and you're
on.
just like, I'm like, I just remember that episode. Like, you're not over the guy killing himself.
Yeah.
You think that's like the climax of the episode. You think you finally get the chance to catch a breath. And Uncle Junior shoots Tony. I'm like, what the fuck?
One of my favorite scenes is Paulie and the dude's up in the tree. Do you remember? And he goes over and he owes him money and he fucking cuts the line and the dude falls out of the tree. He's like, good. I hope you broke your fucking legs. And everyone's screaming in the back.
Paulie didn't care, dude.
Paulie and Paulie and the other thing too with the Pyomai, with the picture of Tony and the horse. Remember? And he covered and he
looks like Napoleon.
He changes it into Napoleon. And Tony comes over like, what the fuck is this? The fuck is this? Napoleon. Yeah, it's awesome.
Where's the jacket? Where's the jacket?
Richie Aprile.
What did Uncle Junior say when he shot him too? Wasn't it something like, "You ain't gonna kill me, copper"? Like he was so out of it at that point.
Oh, Junior. Yeah, he was like delusional.
Yeah,
he didn't know it was Tony. Yeah, dude, that was kind of because he ended up like fucking in the old people's home.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Where he belonged.
Eh.
Yeah, he was awful.
The
mom.
mother.
The mom.
Oh God.
The
Talk
mom
about
was
a
one of the
hateable.
biggest villains.
Talk about a hateable character. Oh my God.
Yep.
She was in. Do you know she was in The Naked Gun?
Really?
She's in The Naked Gun. She plays the mayor of the town. Yeah, and fucking Tony.
That's funny.
Tony. Jesus. Yeah, Tony's in that too. Leslie Nielsen like fucking. I don't know. Knocks her off the. I forget what happens. Something happens in that, but
Yeah.
yeah, she's the mayor in Naked Gun. Dave Peterson, if you're gonna lie to me, at least tell me there's a broad in the car that wants to tongue my balls. Junior Soprano. How about that one with Junior when Tony starts making cracks at him for eating pussy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they're on the golf course. What you just say? What you say? What you say? I heard you like the fish.
Yeah, you like to lick the lips.
Yeah.
He ends up beating that chick up over it.
Yeah, he throws it.
He beats her the
He
fuck
smashes a pie right in her face.
Yeah.
Junior, I love you, Junior.
Get
Why?
the fuck out.
Get out. Oh wait, hold on. I actually.
Those poor girls took the brunt of like so much.
But I
shit from
fucking
the
have.
fucking-
I have it. I have the clip from that.
Stupid fucking blabbermouth cunt.
I played it again. It was low.
Stupid fucking blabbermouth cunt.
That's from that scene
That's funny.
as he fucking puts it right in her face.
What's the big deal?
Yeah. You
It's
got
a big
a
deal.
guy on our show who likes to eat assholes. So
Oh my god.
fucking difference.
He said there's nothing like it right out of the shower.
Ugh. Yeah, there is. Yeah, anything else.
Shit comes out of it.
Yeah, literally anything else is better than that.
Yes. No. No.
What? You don't get any pleasure out of looking at a butthole. There's no pleasure in it for you.
Jeremy Rimmer does.
There's no pleasure in it for you.
No. No. I don't care if she squirms and wiggles. I ain't eating the asshole.
Yo, just remember that next time she has the flu. And you know what I mean? There's all that stuff going on in the fucking. It's all hot. You can smell the heat from the toilet. You're hearing all that.
Yeah. Let alone she's got a yeast infection or not.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
man. I had my shit washed in.
No, there's
bro,
poo. No,
big
shit. No.
time.
Sometimes when I
No
wipe,
rimming. No rimming. I don't like it.
I'll wipe and I'll wipe and I'll wipe
I still
and I'll
shit.
wipe 100 times. Still poop. Still poop.
Mike said that earlier.
Go for it, Ryan. Keep going for it. You wanna,
No,
what was
no.
it? You want to
No.
count the wrinkles on our stink star? Keep going for it.
it. I love you, bro, but you're one of a kind.
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid?
Why? Stink star.
Stink star. All right,
You know
Jesus.
the asshole is the same type of material as your lips.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yes, it is.
Yep. Sure is.
So it's just like getting a kiss.
It is. Hershey kiss. Fucking Hershey kiss.
Ugh.
All right. We
No.
got fucking.
No.
All right. Anything else for Sopranos before we move on?
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking good scenes in that.
Like, you could stay here all night talking.
I
about
know. I know.
You're
When
really good.
when fucking.
All right, the kid wants to say hello real fast.
Hi, Maddie.
Hey, Maddie.
All right. Thank you, kid.
When Steve Buscemi gets it on the front porch.
Ugh.
Remember when he's got the groceries in his hand? Richard April getting it was good.
Yeah, she killed him.
Yeah. Well, you gonna cry?
Get my dinner.
And then the other one I like, the other scene I like is when Tony runs from Johnny Sacks
He's stuck
in the snow.
loses his shoe.
Yeah, in the snow. He thinks the FBI's after him. They're after Johnny
Yeah.
Sacks. He goes off.
He's all out of shape.
Look at you, fat fuck, yeah. All right. The Philadelphia Flyers made a very stunning move this week.
Controversial move.
Yes.
Yeah. Traded one of the top prospects.
Drafted by Fletcher.
5th pick overall.
Still don't know what happened with all this, but anyway.
Yeah, they traded him for a second pick overall and a
Second
defensive
round pick.
second round pick.
Second
I'm
round
sorry,
pick.
I said overall. What am I talking about?
Whatever.
Second round pick and defenseman Jamie Drysdale, who's also 21 years old, young defenseman.
And was a
already playing.
sixth, and he was a sixth overall pick, so he was a highly touted prospect too. He's a decent defenseman.
Very good player, good solid defenseman. He just has trouble staying on the ice, Mike.
Yeah,
Right.
injury issues, but as long as he can stay healthy, man, like you can never have enough defensemen.
I agree.
So Cutter,
Well, apparently
Gauthier.
with Cutter Gauthier,
Gauthier. I've heard it pronounced 7 different ways this week.
even when Fletcher drafted him, he told Fletcher before he was drafted, "I don't want to play in Philadelphia. I'm not going to come to Philadelphia," and he drafted him anyway. And
No,
said, "Let's see what happens."
I heard opposite. I heard that he was excited to come to Philly.
It's interesting because I heard that too, Gar. And then you're hearing the conversations kind of went a different way when he had meetings with the Flyers brass. So there's all kinds of stuff floating around, and we'll get into there's a big story that happened this week with that too, which happened to affect some of local media and another podcast. But yeah, there was talks of that, and maybe he didn't want to be here. And then there was talks of, no, it wasn't that. He was proud to be here, and he couldn't wait to be a Flyer. And then it was, after he met the brass, he had reasons why he didn't want to sign here. So
I heard one other thing.
I don't know, man.
The one other thing that I heard was that maybe it had to do with the fact that they didn't call him up to play this year and made him sit another year and play in Boston College and play in juniors. He wanted to play this year.
Too.
And maybe that's what set him up.
Heard that as well.
He wanted to start getting paid now.
He wanted to start getting ready, and they told him no. I think another year in college or developmental would be.
That's the only thing that I could think that. But he would have played this year, so he's losing a year because he was that out of spite now.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what the reasons on his side were for sure. We hear all these rumors, but then you hear this rumor from Cross and Broad, Snow the goalie. I don't want to call him out. I do it. I like the show. I like Rush Joy. I like Chris Tarian. Sandy Filippo was called out. Big time. Because he was the one who was basically saying that there was a report that former Flyer Kevin Hayes was behind all this. That Kevin Hayes is the one who talked him out of playing for the Philadelphia Flyers. Right. Kevin Hayes refuted the report right off the bat. Kevin Hayes, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
And then, are you trying to find it?
No.
Okay. So I'll find it.
Sorry, Sean.
No, cool.
He was trying to. He refuted the report. Cutter refuted the report, and Torts basically blasted the guy for saying that whatever whatever happened on the ice or something, Kevin Hayes is a really good guy, and it's ridiculous that you're tarnishing
I got it right here.
Okay.
So hold on a minute. Let me.
You're just gonna play it?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right around here.
We couldn't come to an agreement.
Hold on. Let me go back a little bit there. Right around here.
It pisses me off that you guys throw that around and affect someone's life. Kevin Hayes and I had a problem. We couldn't come to an agreement how to play. That's a good man. That's a good man. And what you said is going to stay with him. That's what you guys don't understand. You say something, and you're going to sit there and say you have the right sources. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
First, first you buy him, and then
Shut your yap.
So
what the funny thing is like the girl tries to ask a question. He doubles back 2-3 different times back to the guy to call him out.
Yeah, he keeps going back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That just puts him. And he's like, "Who's the guy?" And then the dude Anthony's like, I'm right here. I was. Oh, you,
Yeah.
and he looks at him. He's like, "Are you kidding me with that? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me with that?" Like he called him, and you know what's funny? He had nothing to fucking say.
No, he hasn't
didn't-
responded afterwards either.
He hasn't said shit after it. And even when I looked earlier today, all he said was, Torts called me out. What did he say? Let me see if I can find his thing. What he wrote, but it was like it was pretty much a cop out. Like it was. Here we go. Torts let me up in his press conference about Kevin Hayes, completely unprompted. This ought to be a joy for everyone in the next couple days.
Right.
So that's basically all he said. He's been very quiet.
Mhm.
But they did do a show today. Snow to Gold. By the way, I I know we're
Snow.
Huh?
Is that Gar Snow? Snow to Gold?
No, Snow to Gold is the name of the podcast. It's a good show. All those guys, and whether he's correct or not, and it sounds like he's not on this because he hasn't really said much about it afterwards. Snow to Gold is a really good podcast. Chris Tarian obviously brings his knowledge, his player knowledge to the show, and Rush Joy is a pretty good reporter, and he knows what he's doing. So if you're a Flyers fan, we don't often give props to other podcasts, other than if they deserve it, and Snow to Gold definitely deserves it. So props to them. So yeah, but anyway, this trade itself, dude. I think it was a shock to everybody. It was a shock to everybody.
There's a mirror that can see you.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
What'd I miss?
I don't know. I thought you said she was getting dressed.
Oh, it's my daughter, jackasses.
Oh,
I didn't say a word, boy.
I couldn't see that part.
Wasn't me.
I couldn't see that part.
I forgot. I thought I was still on mute.
Should we take a commercial break?
I think you need to apologize, Mike.
All right, we're back from
All
commercial.
right, I apologize, Gary. For once, it wasn't you.
It was me. It was totally me. It was totally me.
Wasn't me.
I'll use small words that you'll be sure to understand, you warthog-faced buffoon.
Okay.
All right, so the trade was a shock to everybody. We didn't see it coming. One of the top prospects in the NHL, let alone the Flyers organization.
Put it in the instructions. Oh, sorry, guys.
So all that going on, man. It's just it was crazy. But why would you not want to play here? Like, this team's on the up and up, right?
Yeah, you would think that you would think that he would be the guy that would be, right in that time frame, right in that wheelhouse of when they're going to be kind of taken off.
There was another rumor that he didn't want to play second fiddle to Michkov.
Huh.
That was the other one. That he want to be a second fiddle player to Michkov. Why would you not want to be the Sidney Crosby Malkin mix? Like, why would you not? I'm not saying these guys are going to be like that, but like, they have the potential. I mean, why not? Why couldn't they be that?
Right.
But there's two sides to every story, man, and we don't know what his story is.
I don't think we ever will.
No, he's not going to come out and tell us.
Yeah, it just seemed like a bitch move, though. It really.
You know what he did? You know what he did though? He became this generation's JD Drew.
Rich entitled punk.
When he comes to Philly as a member of the Anaheim Ducks, which sucks because he only comes once a year. Ducks and sucks running Dr.
They're gonna target him.
He's gonna be fucking booed right off that. He's gonna be booed worse than Sidney Crosby.
They're gonna target him.
Yeah.
That's gonna be bad.
I'm telling you, the closest thing that in hockey, the closest thing I could think of is Lindros. Lindros getting himself out of Quebec.
Yeah, but the difference. So that's kind of the thing that's different about.
Wasn't Forsberg mixed in with that too?
Yeah,
that's the difference between that and from what I've read, which kind of does refute that report that he didn't want to come here and don't drive. Lindros specifically told Quebec,
Don't
do
draft me.
not draft me.
Right.
And they did anyway.
And they did. It was like the Ryan Leaf, Eli Manning situation where Eli Manning's like, I'm not fucking playing here. I
Right.
don't want to play here. Do not draft. And they drafted him anyway, and then they traded him.
Kobe Bryant did it too.
Yes, he did. Kobe Bryant certainly did. These fucking, I don't know, man. And you know what? I almost wonder how much more that happens that we don't even know about. That might happen a lot more with like later draft picks. Like, look, man, I don't like your team. I don't like this setup here. I don't want to come. I don't want to come here. Don't draft me. And they just pass on them. You know, maybe who knows? Maybe that's why the Eagles didn't take the Alvin Cook years ago. I don't fucking know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Could that be why projected number ones go number 3?
Could be. Could very well be. This might happen a lot more than we think.
Yeah.
But I had not heard for a fact that's what happened. I heard that it was after he was drafted when he met probably with Fletcher that he probably didn't like the direction of the team, that he didn't like Fletcher maybe he didn't like the setup. I don't know what the situation is, but damn,
the fact of the matter,
he scored again.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking Wild's going to beat the Flyers. Yeah.
The problem is that like the Flyers flew across the continent to see him.
Yeah, to go to the World Juniors. Yeah,
and the guy wouldn't even like give him the time of day.
Like, well, that was the other thing. Like,
right, Danny Briere tried to reinitiate contact and conversations, and he wouldn't respond.
Yeah, and they were saying like, I mean, they basically like said like we reached out and we got no contact, so we went to see him. I have never seen an organization basically say "fuck you" as much as they have on a guy walking out. Like they basically said, "You want to be a Flyer?
Fuck
you're not going to be a Flyer." Like Keith Jones, like you're not going to be a Flyer then.
Right?
We don't fucking want you.
But they didn't really say "fuck you," you're out, Sean, because they made every effort to try to initiate contact, and he wouldn't respond.
No, but they let it be known on the way out that the kid's a jerk off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what? Well, he is.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that they went out of their way to make the kid out to be a jerk off, which they should have because
he clearly is clear as something. There must have been more to the whole, and apparently, like he's probably being a weasel about it too. Yeah, he's probably being a little weasel. He's probably not even talking to them. It's probably like his dad, or his like baseball coach behind the shed.
Oh no,
no, something weird is going on. Like it's not even. Oh no, you can't see Cutter. You know what? I'm going to call him Cunter. By the way,
Cunter.
You can't see Cunter. You have to go behind. You have to. Oh no, he's busy. He's busy putting his fucking eye black on. You can't see him.
Yeah, his fucking son. Out.
Fucking jerk off.
His fucking son out.
Yeah, fuck Cunter. All right, and since we were on the air, Travis Konechny is going to be an all-star.
Yes.
So
nice.
Pretty cool shit.
That's his first one, right?
I think it.
Best in the world, man.
Best in the world, said Dave. Best in the world, man. I think so. To be fair.
Good for him.
To be fair.
Do you think they make the playoffs? I think they just miss. The way that their season's kind of stumbling.
I think they make it.
Okay.
I still think they make the playoffs.
You would think that this guy getting a guy now that's helping right now is helpful because they had to wait for Cunter, but this guy, you're getting production right away, so you actually improved your team in the short term with this.
Could be. Before we get to why you're drunk, I did have a question. Do you guys have you guys ever wondered why you've never seen a black kid with Down syndrome?
I'm not participating.
God doesn't want to punish someone twice.
I am not drunk, man. You're trying to make me drunk.
It's time to catch up on some things you may have missed.
Do you think a six-pack is acceptable?
Wow, you were drunk.
I'm drunk and I love cats. What more do you need to know?
You know why it's all right.
We're waiting.
While you were drunk, we talked about it earlier. The college football championship took place. And, of course, we mentioned already Nick Saban is retiring. But The college football championship. Mike, did you watch the game?
I didn't watch the game.
No,
I
at
don't know
all.
why. Yeah, I don't know why.
I watched most of it until it started getting a little out of hand towards the fourth. But yeah, it was a good game. For the most part, Washington tried to make it right before the end of the first half. Washington made it closer. It looked like it was going to be a contest towards the end there, and then things kind of
Michigan kind of just took over.
Michigan took over. So, but yeah, it sucked. Look, I don't really care about Penn State, but I get it. Michigan's like the Dallas of college football to Penn State fans.
Well, then Ohio State, I guess.
And Ohio State, yeah, it's like the Giants and the Giants in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Hey, the Flyers just scored. Maybe they're not done yet. There's 12 minutes left in this game. They just scored. It's 3-2. All right, so maybe it's not over.
Who got it?
Oh wait, did he not score? He didn't score. Hathaway did not score. I'm sorry. The way they celebrated, apparently he made a great save. Yeah. Anyway, back to the front.
You will do
what I say. Rah.
when I say.
Rah.
You servant.
Rah.
You coward.
Rah.
You blind man.
Rah.
Back to the front.
Rah.
Damn, all right.
That was good. So, yeah, but it was a good game. Atlanta Braves. So this happened last week, but I want to bring this up. In case anyone missed it, the Phillies haven't done anything except for sign a couple guys, arbitration, which are guys they needed.
Right. They
The
signed
Atlanta
Nola.
Braves, and they signed Aaron Nola. The Atlanta Braves got Chris Sale
Yeah.
last week for Vaughn Grissom. Like, I would make that fucking trade any day and Sunday over and over again. You got to be kidding me with this. Like, Chris Sale is now a part of the Braves' already strong rotation.
Yep.
Yeah, the Phillies are just sitting there going, our lineup can take care of it. Our lineup that strikes out, 1,700 times a year.
Yeah.
We can make it work.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know.
what the Phillies are looking to do right now. Maybe they're just kind of trying to be patient and let things fall out a little bit and get better deals at the end of when free agents get desperate. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not loving it right now. One of the bigger free agent names went to the Giants. One of the bigger relief pitchers went to the Giants today. So your options are becoming slim.
Yep.
Do they get a kind of a fourth or fifth starter as a starting pitcher, and then because they got Kimbrel late last year, which say what you want about Kimbrel, but Kimbrel was a good pickup for them for this regular season.
Right.
He did help them a lot. So, maybe you can get someone like that who can also blow an LCS game for you.
That wasn't on Kimbrel, though.
Nah, yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
He was all throwing the pitches.
Well, he shouldn't have been put in that position.
Yeah, but you when you're called, you got to do your job.
All right.
Got to get guys out. Just
You're
like
not wrong.
Just like a cornerback has to stop a wide receiver from getting by him, right? That's why I can't completely blame
Patricia for everything that's going wrong with the defense.
right, because the scheme sucks and
But the guys still aren't making tackles. Yeah.
Your personnel. Yeah, that part is worrisome. When I saw Eli Ricks go for a block as opposed to going for a running back, that was a concern.
Yep.
Anyway, speaking of football, USFL and the XFL have merged to form the UFL, which is going to take place in April.
And Philadelphia no longer has a team.
No, they don't. And
I didn't even know Philadelphia had a team before that.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Stars.
Yeah, that's right.
And Moose Johnson apparently is part of the organization.
So is The Rock.
Oh, The Rock is too. Oh yeah, because XFL. Yeah.
Great.
I don't like Moose Johnson, by the way. I think Moose Johnson I think he sucks as an announcer. I think that's why they moved him to like the fucking F team on Fox. And I think I've come around to say that we didn't talk about this weeks ago, I like Joe Davis for baseball. I think Joe Davis absolutely sucks as a football announcer. And he's their number one.
Yeah, I don't like him either. I think he just talks out his ass too much.
Dude, he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Like he was going on and on about like the same shit during that Arizona Eagles game. He kept going on and on and on and on. I'm like, dude, we've heard you 17 fucking times say the same thing. Like, shut up.
Wasn't he the one that was bitching about the tush push?
He no, that was no, that was Charles Davis.
Oh, okay.
Charles Davis, although it was Ian Eagle's son. What the fuck is his name? Little Eagle. Little Eagle. And what the fuck is Scott? I don't remember his name. I don't remember the Little Eagle's name. It was him and Charles Davis, and he basically said, "Oh, you're the man yelling at the cloud." And Charles Davis is like, "Yeah, I like Charles Davis. I think Charles Davis is another one who talks a lot."
Yeah.
But Charles Davis, like, I think I think Charles Davis really knows the game well, and I don't mind him so much.
Okay.
He talks a lot too, but Joe Davis kept like reiterating the fact that the Eagles lost 4 or 5 and blah, 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 and they lose this, but they still have a chance, and he's over and over and over. And like, dude, shut the fuck up. Shut up with this. And I think I finally saw why people don't like him as much as a baseball guy, like, because he does the same thing. He just
right.
I don't know, but all right, and then we'll call. Yeah, we got
Sixers won. Gary,
yeah,
rejoice.
Sixers beat the. There you go.
Sacramento Kings without.
Speaking of basketball, Draymond Green was talked out of retirement during his suspension.
Oh, Gary's leaving. We just mentioned basketball.
Yeah.
My Roger.
All right, dude. All right, Gary.
See you, Mike.
All right, later, Gary.
Hey, right on cue, Jay. Right on cue. Talk basketball, and Gary's got to go. All right, see you, brother. Draymond was talked out of retirement, which is pretty wild.
Who talked him out of it?
Adam Silver.
Oh, really? I wasn't sure if it was like Curry or Thompson or Carr.
No. Yeah, he had a meeting with Adam Silver, and yeah, so pretty interesting. You know what? Honestly, I think
he should have retired.
I think that's weak. Of him, because like, what do you mean retire? Because you don't know how to play.
Tough. Yeah.
Because you don't know how to play football. Because football. You don't know how to play basketball because you have to act like a fucking idiot.
Right. And your team's not playing that well. Like, yeah.
Like your team, yeah, things go rough and you quit. I don't know.
Yeah. I think the league would have been better if he retired.
I know I'm like, I don't know. I'm picking on him because I don't like him. I've never liked Draymond Green. I've never liked him. I think he's a dirty player.
Well, yeah, I think he's clearly a dirty player, and not only is he dirty, but he's like going out of his way now to like, he's always been a little bit dirty, but now he's like towards the end of his career, and he's like not even caring about it. Like he's
mouthy. Like,
yeah,
he has a lot to say. Like I don't like him.
Yeah,
you could have fucking, like, I don't know. You're a fucking coattail rider. That's who you are.
Yeah.
You put you on any other fucking team, no one even cares about you.
Yeah.
But because you're on the Golden State, who's one of you,
Yep.
The last Why You're Drunk story, and then we'll call it a show. This is pretty wild. You know what? I'll just preface this by saying this. Andre Dawson, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think of when you think of Andre Dawson? What team?
The Cubs.
Yeah. They put him in the Hall of Fame wearing an Expos hat.
Really?
Yeah. So he has
his choice, right?
No, apparently not. Something went wrong. I don't know the whole story here, but like he's been.
I can't believe that he hasn't gotten in yet.
He is in. Andre Dawson is in, wearing an Expos hat, and he's been fighting with the commission, saying, "I put a Cubs hat on."
Oh wow!
I want to be wearing a Cubs hat, and they keep denying him. So he has another claim in, to
That's
put
crazy.
yeah, he has another claim in to get the hat changed to a Cubs hat.
What's the big
And
deal?
it's gonna get denied. They think again.
Hmm.
I don't know. Dude,
Baseball,
fucking
like it's
super
baseball.
talented.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. But
Yep.
yeah, Mike, I appreciate you hanging in there tonight, man. I know it's been tough for you.
Yeah, I'm surprised I made it through the show. The Wi-Fi worked out really well, so that was good. My legs
Yeah,
started to bother me. Yeah,
everything was clear as hell with you.
that's good.
Yeah, you're definitely clearer than Gary was for half the show. So there's that.
Yeah, it's good that it's wrapping up there because I think I gotta reposition and kind of move around a little bit and stuff. It's starting to clear up.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad, dude. I'm glad you made it through the show.
Yeah, I am too, man. It was fun. I know it was more of a laid back show, but I'll get there.
We had a lot of topics tonight, man. A lot of topics.
Yeah.
Flyers
Yeah,
just tied it up, baby. Owen Tippett.
I thought you said that it was 3-1. Did they count that goal before?
It was 3-1. They scored 2 minutes after I said that.
Oh wow!
And
now they just scored again.
We
Wow!
tied it up 3-3.
How about that?
Man,
Scrappy.
good for them.
Yep.
3-3.
How much time?
8 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Dave Peterson, good night, gentlemen. Continue hearing Fly Eagles Fly or healing.
Yeah.
Fly Eagles Fly. See you all next week to celebrate the big win.
Man, I hope so, Dave. That'd be awesome.
Dude, I'll be
Dave, if you get your way and the Eagles are in and Dallas loses, that'd be a fun week next week.
And then they shot the 49ers.
Well,
and then beat the Lions. Beat the Lions in the championship.
Actually, we wouldn't play the 49ers.
No, they play the 49ers no matter what next week.
No, they don't.
I'm pretty sure they do. From what I saw.
If Green Bay were to beat Dallas, San Fran would play the lowest remaining seed.
Oh, yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yeah, they would. I don't see that happening, man. But yeah.
Well, yeah. But I mean, if Dave, the way that Dave called it, the Eagles could be playing like Detroit or something next week.
Jay said the guy that ran the cable for Mike is the reason why Mike was so clear tonight.
Maybe so. The cable had nothing to do with Wi-Fi, but.
All right, ladies and gents. Corner Puff Sports says, see ya. What the well, dude. Dave Peterson,
Jesus.
Eagles Ravens in the bowl.
A bird bowl.
Bird bowl.
I like the optimism.
That'd be the most unlikely thing. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
All right. We will see you guys next week. Mike, you know the thing. Say it again one more time for the people in the back.
Penis out.
All right, podcast is done recording. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in week and week out. This was a little different tonight. Gary was well behaved tonight, man.
He was.
Yeah, he was well behaved. He stayed awake.
Yep. He was drinking lagers, which probably helped.
Yeah, he had one strong one. He's like, I can't do that. I'm like, okay. And we ate like a little later than normal, so
yeah,
that helped too. But yeah, he was good tonight.
Yeah, good stuff.
We needed him tonight. So
yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Jay. Yeah, thanks, Jay.
And thanks for the help, Jay. Again.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good shit.
Yeah, and Sean, I'll see you tomorrow. You gotta help.
Yeah, we got playoff fantasy draft. So
we're picking right next to each other. So we're each round we're going to be taking each other's picks, conceivably.
Probably, yeah. Inconceivable. All right, dude. I'll let you go because you got to heal up and you got stuff going on. So
exactly.
All right.
All right, man. See you tomorrow.
See you guys. All right. Take care.
Later, guys.
All right.